Hello again, Cons here, and the past few days with the advent of Brachydium armor unlocking Agitator on more optimal builds and the new charms that upgrade to level 5 like Agitator and Resentment, I have been working towards creating the highest possible raw build that I could come up with. Now, I did want to neglect things like Fortify and Heroics because those are niche, they're not the sort of thing that the average player would want on their sets all of the times. Even Coalescence falls into that to a lesser degree, and things like Offensive Guard, for example, don't fit with all weapons. But generally speaking, you can sort of take this build and shift it based on your weapon. So with the Hunting Horn, for example, I've added Sonorous Jewels, and you get the idea. Now, of course, we want all that true raw. We want that big dick slam energy, so I've taken a Safi'jiiva weapon and awakened just a bunch of attack on it. I've also got the attack melody because with Hunting Horn that gives you a significant boost in attack. It's worth the difference. But otherwise, let's have a look at the armor skills. Now, you see I've ditched Master's Touch for this build. I don't think that was a good choice for like actual overall DPS. However, again, I'm using Hunting Horn. I want those big dick slams. I want 375 plus damage per slam. If I don't get that, I might as well play Sword and Shield, you know? So I have to choose, basically. I can't have Safi'jiiva, Master's Touch, and Brachydium's Agitator Awakening set bonuses all in one set. I had to pick between them. And obviously Agitator was a guarantee because I want the maximum true raw, so Master's Touch kind of had to go because Resentment, as you can see at level 5, Resentment goes up to plus 25 true raw, whereas Peak Performance at its maximum, which is what you would use with the Master's Touch set because maintaining Resentment is too much of a pain, Peak Performance only goes up to 20, and so that kind of made the decision for me. And so here is the set. You can see in exchange for Master's Touch I'm using Protective Polish and Item Prolonger, which I believe gives you 90 seconds of infinite sharpness when you sharpen. I am currently using Wetfish Fins. If you don't know what they do, they basically have a self-contained Speed Sharpener 3 to make the sharpening animation really quickly. If you don't have that, no big deal, no worries. I have a single point of Coalescence on this set, which you can just get rid of, and then put 2 of your attack jewels in there. Swap out 1 attack jewel, so you are going to be losing 3 true raw to make the sacrifice, but then you've got your 3 slots for Speed Sharpener. For different weapons, obviously, you would vary some of the skills. If you were doing this with Charge Blade, for example, on impact files, you would need some artillery, and you would maybe need to swap out for some capacity boost. You would want some focus points, maybe. So you need to get rid of some of these skills, and it won't be viable for all weapons. Some weapons might need you to deviate so far that it's just not the same set. And obviously, you can play that as you see it. I'm testing on Hunting Horn because it's quite generic, but it does need a specific weapon skill. It needs the sonorous decoration that I have. Yeah, and you can see I've augmented for attack, basically. It's all about that big attack numbers. Now, I can't get Agitator to activate inside the training area, so let us go into a quest, and I will show you there just how high we can get our attack value to go. So, we are at 15-16 attack. We're going to eat for attack up large, and obviously if you have any specific food skills that you need for your weapon, go for those instead, but still try and get attack up large if possible. That takes us up to 1579. We can follow that up with some consumables. Take our Demon Powder. 1621. We'll take our Mega Demon Drug. 1651. And we'll take our Might Seed. Take us up to 1693. I could use the my Whetstone right now just to sort of get a head start of extra sharpness buffered up, but I'm going to save it so I can sort of show it off in action. So we continue on, we're now at 1693. If we grab ourselves a Power Cone, that'll take us up to 1714. And maybe let's queue up our attack up buff songs. That's given us Resentment, 1819. We've got an attack up large, which is taking us up to 2024. And then attack up XL and the other buff, self-improvement, have taken us up to 2407. So now what we need is Agitator. That's the only thing remaining, and we're at our maximum aside from Coalescence, which I'll get afterwards. So let us see. Agitator takes us up to 2541. I'm going to max potion up just to get ready for Coalescence. And Coalescence, by the way, is a bit of a meme. I wouldn't really advise you do it. But, let us see how high we go. That takes us up to 2600 exactly. Isn't that perfect? So let's go see what our damage is like. I think the Power Cone ran out, but we can still see 387 damage. That's a nice number. Let's see the echo attack. 169 per. Isn't that beautiful? That's the point of this build, is just to get big numbers to make my brain happy. 268 for nothing. Oh, 387. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? So I do need to sharpen. So the next time I get a decent sized opportunity, like now for example, back off a little bit, getting a cheeky sharpen, and that's all there really is to it. And so yeah, I've lost Master's Touch, but it's not that difficult to make up for it, even if it's not ideal. Attack up large has expired, so I guess we'll replay that. And we are back up to 2,575. Perfect. 387 per slam again. Of course, his head is slightly submerged, but whatever. And yeah, I think you get the idea by now. I was not really doing great DPS because I was a little bit focused on trying to explain stuff and demonstrate it. But yeah, I found that this set you can do a crazy amount of damage, kill these guys really quickly. You don't need to worry about keeping up all of the buffs like I did. The coalescence thing was mostly a joke. I wouldn't really bother with coalescence on this set, and obviously the power cone wasn't necessary. Yeah, it's a very unga bunga set. We're just trying to get as much attack as possible. Obviously, this wouldn't really work for elemental weapons. Your dual blades probably won't gain much from this kind of build. But if you're, running a hammer or a hunting horn, if you want big dick slams, then I can't really recommend anything better than this set. So yeah, I hope you have a good time using it, and I hope you have a lovely day. Take it easy. Bye bye.